A single Kāhea. A single Kāhea that comes from deep within our soul, the place where our ancestral truths dwell. Woven with a sinew that binds generation to generation and kulana to kuleana. This is the path of a single Kāhea.
I understand Kāhea from a spiritual point of view. It is an invitation. And in this case, as many other Hawaiian practices, it is an invitation into a sacred place.
This is the area they ain't gonna cover up. Oh, I can see them. Oh, I can see plenty. One over there, alongside the embankment.
We have kūpuna that have been washing ashore in Puamana.
Can see parts of the cranium and.
The iwi are the bones, and it's an issue because they have not been taken care of. As we've built in Hawaii, as they've constructed with the tourist industries, as they've excavated with the military, when they come across these bones, it's become a very volatile situation because they haven't always been tended to with the reverence that you would give to something that is sacred.
When Keamoku was allowed to bring the bones home here to this wahikapu, into this building structure, I knew the next step was to put them back where they needed to be placed. The Kāhea went out to Kumu Aʻiaʻi because I've known her for so many years. This was done with much prayers.
As a kapa maker, sooner or later there comes a request to make for the iwi, and as a cultural practitioner, that was always really important to me, to take care of our kūpuna. The traditional and the correct way to take care of them is to wrap them in kapa and then to reinter them so that they have peace. And so put out a call to my former students and then to the women who are in my chant class and my circles, and I said, okay, this is it. And they're all like, I don't know how to make kapa. I said, that's not the issue. I said, I will teach you how to make kapa. The thing is, are you willing to make a piece for the iwi? So, I really mahalo you guys, and
I pretty quickly replied because I really felt that that's important. I mean, my goodness, if that was my bones and I was uncovered, I definitely would want someone to step up.
I just immediately wanted to answer, yes, I would like to join. When Kumu Aʻiaʻi extended an invitation to come and pound kapa for the iwi kūpuna specifically on Maui, my makalua side, my tutu makalua is actually buried at Puʻupiha Cemetery in Lahaina.
The wahines that have come upon their own, I did not Kāhea and invite because I left that to kūpunas. They will be the ones who decide who will be wrapping their bones. And they speak with much clarity.
E ke akua mana loa e nā kua e nā uma akua e nā kūpuna e lohe no e ke ia leo pule. Nā mākou e mililani aku ia opo a me ka opo aloha mai e mākou. So when we pound kapa, we are physically here in my garage or wherever you might be, but we are in a space which is the same space that our kūpuna pounded kapa in. And so for me, that's what this Kāhea has been. It was that invitation to literally to pound kapa with our ancestors in their presence. And that is a privilege. There's always that kani. And my understanding is that the sound is what can transcend the realms. And so when they call us from the other side to do stuff like this, we go to the same space that our kūpuna was pounding. So we time travel, you know, and that's a whole nother concept that's coming into play as we expand our consciousness to all of this. So I really want to mahalo you guys and for coming and for the diligence that it takes.
At first, superficially, you're thinking, oh, I'm just gonna learn how to take this bark, pound it out, and make kapa. Sounds very simple. It's not simple. It's really deep and well thought out. And you can tell as you're trying to pound the kapa, if it's not spreading or not moving forward, lots of times it's something inside of you that's blocking it.
Sometimes I felt, is it okay that I'm okay to learn those things, or it is okay that I'm be here because I'm not Hawaiian. But through this process, I felt like they were accepting me as one who malama the land, who cherished the culture, and I would like to make something back to this land and to kūpuna who create this time period for us.
You know, when we step into that sacred space, they're not all Hawaiian there either. When you get to those spaces, it's not divided by ethnicity, but you enter those spaces a lot of times through cultural practices. When you accept an invitation from the kūpuna into these sacred spaces, the blessings are so many. You don't know what you're gonna find. And just like the kapa is transformed from the stick of wauke into that white piece, like they're softening over there, there's a transformation happening to you.
I am at a point in my life, at a crossroads between motherhood and the next phase of my life, looking at what is meaningful to me. What do I want to give my energy to? What am I called to do? I've sought guidance for my doubts and my questions, and to provide something back, something that I made with my hands, that came from the land, that came from the Aina. It was so beautiful, and I was so thankful.
Much like the kapa and the wauke, my creation of myself, I was placed in this earth realm for a purpose. And so whatever that purpose looks like, and whatever process I have to go through, it's like the wauke turning into the kapa. And it's helped me to have greater patience with myself.
For us, it was a little bit rough, and I ended up actually just having to call my mom. I'm like, I don't know. It's not looking the way I want it to be. It's not the size that I thought it would be. I thought I would be able to pound it out and it would be larger. I thought it would be a different color. I thought it would be a different texture. I don't know what's going on. And so she said, you know what? Whatever you make is going to be beautiful. The Eevee are going to appreciate it. And sometimes all that's left is, you know, a pinky. And so any size is acceptable, any color is acceptable. Whatever piece you come up with, it will be beautiful.
When you align yourself with the spiritual things, then everything falls into place. Now that our kapa is finished, we're going to be taking it over to Maui. A lot of people ask us, why are you taking kapa to Maui? And it's because that's where the Kāhea came from. When we arrived in Lahaina, we arrived at the Na'aikane Center. And so we had our kapa, and we asked permission to come in to bring these very special pieces of kapa in. Ona kino malui kalani malue ho. They had laid out the mats and were ready to receive them. And so, as we presented them, we did so one by one because not all the women who pounded were able to accompany us. And so what I did ask them to do was to write a letter to the kūpuna who might be wrapped in their kapa. And it was in those letters where they spoke about their process and their love and what this has meant for them.
Kāhea kapa. I answer yes. Take off shoes, slow down. Work with my hands and heart.
And heart. Slowing me down, pounding on pohaku. You have given me a bridge to you and to me, and to what lies ahead. You have beckoned my spirit home to me. Beautiful kapa, delicate and strong. The heartbeat of kapa rings out from the hale in Wahiawa. Mahalo ke akua.
Aloha kaua. I feel very honored to be able to make this kapa to surround you.
I am not
Kanaka Maoli,
but I have a strong connection with Hawaii. I have learned a lot from your culture, language, and traditions. Mahalo to you for being a guardian to this land and the people in this generation. Me ke aloha pumehana, ka imilani. Mahalo.
He kapa keia ina hana ia me ke aloha nui. No ka ho'o mehana, no ka ho'o malu, a me ka pale. Nā
mako kuleana e mālama aku ia oko. Nā oko I alakai mai ia no nā kau a kau. Nau ka hauoli e kūkū kapai. Mahalo.
The experience of making this kapa for the first time taught me so many important lessons about myself and what it means to place yourself in service to others.
And as much as I was hard on myself for not having the perfect kapa piece to offer, I had to accept that my best is good enough because I gave it out of love.
So many lessons, laughs, and challenges were shared among Kumu and Nahaumana in the process of making our kapa. I hope that as you take our kapa to their place with the iwi, that you feel the mana, the joy, and the unity within. My greatest wish is that all of the positive mana'o and sacred connections that Kumu Aʻiaʻi brought through this process carries on with you and your kūpuna. Me ke aloha Kāhea.
I have come because they sent me the Kāhea to return to Lahaina and to do my best to malama my iwi kūpuna, to support my extended ohana here, and to offer you my mana and my kako'o. Ewe oku'u ewe, iwi oku'u iwi. This olelo no'ia means a lot to me. My ohana stems from Maui, from Molokai, also from Oahu. And hopefully our kūpuna will feel our love for them because we do it for love.
May you always know you are loved in all realms.
Aloha e kūpuna. Created this piece with peace and love, that you know you are appreciated and loved always in all realms. Mahalo nui. Aloha.
It is my honor to create this piece of white kapa, born of a single Kāhea, born of a single plant, for our beloved iwi kūpuna.
It's been a very emotional journey because I have been able to see these wahine transform, just like the stick of wauke turned into this. I saw these wahine transform. I saw them grow. I saw them find themselves. I saw that kupu, that aloha that came forth, that aloha for our kūpuna. And that's the reason we do it. You know, there were many tears shed in making this kapa. And I like to think that those tears are what is going to nourish that whatever kupu is within us from as we move forward to malama our iwi kūpuna. So mahalo nui. To return to Maui with finished pieces and fulfill that promise that I made was really special.
I appreciate all these women from afar with the love and the mana'o that they have for our past. I did the right choice in calling upon Kumu Aʻiaʻi. Because of the gifts that they have brought to us this day will never, never be forgotten.
I, on my part, will continue to gather women once a year and make kapa. And they might not all go to Maui. They'll be going to where they're needed. And we continue to try to make bigger and better pieces.
Ke